Hey folks, Kilt-Man here, Kilt-Man, at your outside broadcast service. Sitting here in the blazing sunshine, blazing, it's gorgeous. And what makes it even better is that I have this stuff as well, yes. Folks, Kentucky Fudge has ordained to reappear in another Kilt-Man video. Nice to see you, sir. I like the way that my advice about hand gel and its other many purposes has had an effect upon young Mr. Kentucky. Look at his hair, it's luxurious, it's getting like mine. Anyway, folks, what this is, I'm sitting outside because I'm also waiting for the postman to arrive because Steve 007, you sent something and it's gone completely into limbo land, lockdown limbo. So hopefully, the postie might turn up while I'm recording this and it might arrive. But in the meantime, folks, we have another package which turned up yesterday, and this is off great subscriber, great friend, Ricky Murray. Ricky Murray, yes. And he's sent me, I know what this is, it's not a surprise to me, I know what it is, and it totally is in cahoots with a lot of reviews and videos I've been doing lately. No, not H.P. Lovecraft, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You're thinking, Kilt-Man, for fuck's sake, will you just hang up that chainsaw and forget about bloody head cheese and Namland? Just forget about it, drop it, it's done, it's over. Nothing is over. You just don't turn it off. The thing is, what's in here is a book on the entire Texas Chainsaw franchise. And it's quite timely because, as well, guess what? We're getting not one, but two more Texas Chainsaw movies. One is coming out this year, 2020. Now, it's a fan-made film, made by fans, for fans. So, that could be great. I'm not going to, pour scorn on that, but it's unofficial, obviously. But there is an official remake, which is in the works. Jesus, they can't leave things alone, can they? And especially for someone like me, because if the film comes out and it's any good, then I've got to buy all the merchandise, I've got to buy the soundtrack, I've got to buy the film and whatever versions come out, I've got to get the masks that come out from it, and all the other bits and bobs. So it's going to cost me a fucking fortune. But it's produced by Fede Alvarez. That name may ring a bell to you. Fede Alvarez. This is the guy that did the Evil Dead remake. Yes. Sam Raimi, the creator of the Evil Dead, gave it his full endorsement. He was a producer on it. If only he directed it too. But no. Fede Alvarez, and what was it, 2010, 2013? Something like that. It's a while ago. And I know it's got its fans. And I've undergone a reappraisal of his film in the years since I first reviewed it for AV Forums. Because I went to a press screening. Back in the days when I was a legit film reviewer. Now I'm just a big fucking waffle bag on YouTube. But my opinions still hold value. And I didn't like it at all. I thought that it wasn't gory enough. I know it is gory, but it wasn't gory enough. And it was populated by the most thoroughly despicable, unlikable characters that I've ever come across in a movie. Truly, they were shockingly bad. I didn't care about any of them. I wanted them all to die, and die quickly. Not even like slow, protracted deaths. Just kill them off and then bring the end credits up. However, I have since rewatched the film, only recently, as in the last 6 months, and I did enjoy it a hell of a lot more. I think once you realise that a film is not going to live up to your expectations, and you can treat it for what it genuinely is, and that's not a fault of the filmmakers, that's a fault of yourself. You can have a better time with stuff. Sorry, I was trying surreptitiously to unbox this quietly off camera, and you know what? I can't, because Ricky, I think your Special Forces training has come to full effect here. If there's a bomb in here and a timer, there's no way on earth I'd get in time to defuse it. I love his packaging as well, like to Chris McAneny, in brackets, aka Kilt-Man. Speaking of which, that is the Spirit of Scotland. Sorry for my Buddha breasts. I think, I don't carry much extra weight around the midriff. I do not. And yet it's making me look like a bit of a fat bastard on this. But hey, you know, if the belt doesn't fit. So folks, yeah, you know already that, oh, God almighty, I might need a chainsaw to get into this. Bloody hell. Look what he's done here. I'm going to run out of time on the fucking video. Getting into this. Even me skiing dude was going, God, I can't get through this. Oh, come on. Yeah, don't worry, you know, we're going to get there. Oh, hey. Ricky! I'm still nowhere fucking near. Right, okay, I think I found the only way we're going to do this. Oh, God, no, even that's not fucking working. God damn it. So, I mean, folks, do we need another Texas Chainsaw movie? Well, no, we don't. But, you know, there has been numerous sequels to the original and a remake and a prequel. I did discuss the prequel to the remake the other day with the mask from it, and I discussed the movie. And I like the movie quite a bit, actually. And I do like the remake. Right, folks, I've opened the fucking thing and I've got it. Not exactly a big surprise to you, is it, folks, that it's something to do with Texas Chainsaw? I mean, revving on and on about it. But, Ricky, cheers, mate. Bizarrely enough, when I was doing those first few videos on the masks and discussing the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and its sequel, part 2, I did look at getting this book, and Mrs. Kilt-Man was appearing over my shoulder at the time, and she went, "You're not buying anything else!" So I removed it from my basket on Amazon, and I thought, she's not looking. And then, as it would happen, you came along and said, "I'm sending you this." And I was like, yes! There is some bizarre, coincidental sort of symmetry taking place, you know. Things that I'm interested in, you know, suddenly appear, and things I've been talking about suddenly get remade. It's crazy, isn't it, Kentucky? I love him. He doesn't interrupt, he doesn't butt in. What? Oh, apparently he does butt in occasionally. So this book is written by Stefan. It's hard to pronounce this guy's surname. I believe it's Stefan. I think the J would be a Jaworzen. Stefan Jaworzen. Now this guy, back in the 80s, I used to collect a horror fanzine called Shock Express. He was the editor. I think he was the creator of it. Like, it was his brainchild, and it was a well put together magazine. It didn't come out that regularly, if I remember rightly, and I've still got quite a lot of copies of it. And but it was well done, and I enjoyed the editorial. I enjoyed the content, and he has since gone on to in the Arrow Blu-ray release, limited edition Blu-ray release of Texas Chainsaw 2. He contributed to there's a booklet there which comes with it, full of essays, and he wrote one of those. But this book, it's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Companion. Would you want to be a companion to Leatherface? Oh, of course you would. Of course you would. And it basically all black and white pictures, but lots of them, and it goes very, very in depth into the production of the movie, the first movie. Look, here's the guy that ends up playing Grandpa. Doesn't he look like David Norton, who plays the American Werewolf in London? Yeah, he looks a hell of a lot like him. Gunnar Hansen played Leatherface in the first movie, of course, and there's a foreword by Gunnar Hansen in this, and I think he's interviewed extensively in it as well. So is Marilyn Burns, Jim Sidow. Jim Sidow as the cook he's known as in the first movie, but he's the bigger brother. Everyone seems to think he's the father in the first movie of the other, you know, nutsos, but he's not. He's just the bigger brother. And he's outstanding. He's super, super funny. Even more so in Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2. where like things start going to rat shit in the subterranean warrens, and what's her name, Caroline Williams, who plays Stretch, the radio DJ, who's somehow ended up in their clutches, but they don't know she's there, and she does a runner through the air, this labyrinthine warren, right past Jim's side out, and he just goes, "What the hell? Some varmints just run up the pipe, go get her!" And of course you've got Chopped Off, my favourite character, going, "Nam land!" And Jim's side just going like, it's like, well, look what I've got to fucking work with here, these are all nut jobs. Am I the only one who takes this seriously? I've got a business to run. The American small businessman always, always, always gets it in the ass. And he does get it in the ass with a chainsaw from Dennis Hopper. If you're going to go out, a chainsaw up the rectum from Dennis Hopper. There's worse ways to go. Some quotes on the back here from Gunnar Hansen from his foreword. "I thought it was just a low-budget horror movie. ... Well, wrong." Entertainment Weekly. This is about the original movie. "One of the scariest movies of all time," which it genuinely is. From Harper's Magazine. "The Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a vile little piece of sick crap, with literally nothing to recommend it." Fuck you. But everyone's entitled to an opinion. It's not everyone's cup of tea, is it? Let's be honest. And of course, from Stephen King, "Still the all-time champion when it comes to pure fright." Let's see. So it does go through the other movies. So Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2003. Does it have the prequel as well? Texas Chainsaw Next Generation, Jesus Christ. Renée Zellweger was in that. Don't ever bother. Matthew McConaughey, God, it was awful. Awful. Texas Chainsaw, the 2003 remake. Yeah, this doesn't have the prequel to the remake, and it doesn't have the 3D one, or the newest one, which is Leatherface, which is a nasty movie, but it's also not very good either. In fact, it's very forgettable, despite how grim it could be. By the way, if you check back on my previous Texas Chainsaw Massacre video with the mask, the muzzle mask, play the Kilt-Man drinking game. Every time I say grim, have a swig, you'll be legless by about 10 minutes into the fucking video. Grim. Ricky, played a blinder, mate. Looks awesome, And there's some great pictures, some great behind the scenes pictures. Toby Hooper there on the set, on location with Dennis Hopper. There's Toby Hooper, Dennis Hopper. There's Caroline Williams with Stretch. That's the radio station there. And there you've got Leatherface which is Bill Johnson, and the severed face mask, which of course I reviewed, which is fantastic. So I reenacted that sequence. And as you can see there, if you think back to the mask I showed you, I know it's not a colour picture, but it's a very, very accurate reproduction of that. And the mask that I've got from Texas Chainsaw 2 for Leatherface is again incredibly accurate. Isn't that right? Alright, sorry I asked. God. But it also covers other films of Toby Hooper. There's The Funhouse. The Funhouse is a great slasher pick. Although there's not much slashing taking place in it. But this is where a bunch of teens get stuck in this funhouse after hours. They've already discovered a murder's taking place in there. And there's that guy there, he's actually a freak with a head of a split skull head of a goat, a mutant goat, and he ends up tracking them down. Of course, Toby Hooper did Life Force as well, about the space vampires draining the life force out of all the humans on the planet, and famous as well for Matilda May walking around completely starkers for the entirety of the movie. It's what every growing boy needs to see. So you've got the chainsaw and the critics as a chapter there. So obviously the critical response. The Texas Chainsaw and the British censor, they labelled it the pornography of terror, and the troubles that it had there. There's a lot of posters from around the world as well, a lot of different artwork. I don't know if I hope you can see this in the this brilliant, dazzling sunshine. But you know, while it's sunny, I like to get out and, you know, treat you guys to, instead of sitting there in the same crowded bloody posters and corkboards full of little notes and things that we never look at. If you look on my normal videos, you see in the background, probably over my right shoulder, you will see somewhere in the distance there this great big notice board with all things which are tacked and pinned to it. They're from like fucking 12, 13, 15 years ago. I don't even know what the hell they are. It's just, you know, when you live somewhere and like you just don't notice things. But when I play back these videos to make sure that, you know, I haven't accidentally dropped a bollock out from beneath my kilt or something like that, I spot these things and I think, oh, I must change that. But then it goes out your mind completely. There's a family portrait. There you go. There's the guys, the fun guys from the first movie. Hitchhiker, or Nubbins, as we get to know him in the second movie, because even though he gets killed by that great big, it's called a Black Maria, the great big rig, big black guy's been driving it, and it hits him. He's chasing Sally, and he's slashing it on the back, and laughing, and then all of a sudden he gets slammed into by this fucking rig, and gets squashed. Well, he is in Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2. He's the guy that they're carrying around with them, and you now learn his name's Nubbins, and both Leatherface and Chop Top both carry him around, and like sort of make him dance like some kind of marionette, and you know, he's great. Oh, that is not a good angle on my chesticles, is it? But hey, you know. Ricky, this looks like a fantastic book, mate. I'm now glad I didn't buy it, because I got it from you instead. Look at this. You know, oh, that's the dinner party you don't want to be invited to. But it is a tremendous film. Yeah, it'll never die. The very fact that they're looking to remake it again. Fan films is one thing, you know, you're going to get people doing that, you're going to get that, and you know, if I could gather together a bit of a cast, you know, and I could learn some proper editing techniques, or even get someone to do it for me, I'd be doing fan-made films as well. But you know, I've got my ideas for like Snake Plissken and Escape from New York, and stuff like that. But you know, I can do nothing but applaud, you know, fanboys who want to make their own version. Speaking of fanboys, there's a great Predator: The Dark Ages on YouTube, and this guy made this, and because the Predator's been around for, it's visited Earth, even though on the poster for Predator it says nothing like it's ever been on Earth before. It came for the thrill of the hunt. It picked the wrong man to hunt. Well, it says on the poster it's nothing like it's ever been on Earth before, and yet you hear in the film from the prisoner, from Anna, you know, this thing is wanting to kill all of us. We must work together. And it goes like, in the hottest months this happens, we begin finding our men, sometimes without their skins. So it's been there before, you know, the Predator's been on Earth before. So this guy took the idea that, and of course in Predator 2, when Danny Glover goes into the Predator's ship that's hidden beneath LA, he sees all like skulls, trophies and stuff, and the Predator clan that's in there, the older one, gives him an ancient flintlock pistol. You know, that's one of their trophies, and it gives it to him as like they recognise him as a warrior. So they've been on Earth before, and this fan-made movie, Predator Medieval War, what it's called, it has like a knight in the woods who's like, that's a knight with a K and a sword and a shield in the woods, and he's being pursued by a Predator which just took out his men. And it's pretty good, it's pretty decent what this guy did, what he came up with. So it shows you a bit of heart, a bit of passion, a bit of belief, and just see it through to the end. Sorry, I've just seen two police officers walking across the road, and actually they're community service officers. They're not proper real police. When the shit hits the fan, they call the police to help them. But everyone's going, oh, the police are stopping you, you shouldn't be out and about. In all of this, I have not seen a single police. They're the first people in uniform I've seen on the street for 4 weeks. I've seen like surveillance vans going past, and when I'm out walking the dog, I've seen police cars go past. But then again, not many of them, not many. So, you know, where are they all? Anyway, see, I branch off, little capillaries of randomness. But that's what you come to me for. You always get more than the title says on the video. Scores of rare and previously unpublished photos, in-depth coverage of the increasingly bizarre sequels, including Return of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, starring Matthew McConaughey and Renée Zellweger. Fucking shite. You also had Aragorn. Viggo Mortensen is in one of the Texas Chainsaw movies, which I think is Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, or Leatherface Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, which should have been a lot gorier than it actually turned out to be. It was hammered good style. It's probably covered a lot in this. I was way looking forward to that. I remember saying to you, I journeyed out to Spain to pick up a full uncut copy of Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2 and Reanimator from Spain, which was well worth the trip. Well, it was worth the trip. It was worth the 2 weeks in Alcudia, Mallorca, anyway, for vastly different reasons. Aye. And but I made a later trip into, God, where was it? Oh, Germany, where I picked up Leatherface Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 3, hoping to get the full uncut version, because I'd seen loads of stills of it. I'd seen lots of footage about the torture sequence, and it was shown at the London Film Festival and in an uncut form. And I remember the reviewers, there was 2 different reviews in Starburst magazine. I think one said it was tripe, it was disgusting, it was depraved, it was vile, not worthy to carry the Texas Chainsaw Massacre moniker. And the other reviewer said, no, it's fantastic. It's a nihilistic, grueling, blackly comic movie full of, all that you want, all that you never saw in the first movie. And I thought, I've got to see this. That sounds great. And when I finally picked it up, reputedly to be the uncut version, it was the exact same fucking version that got released in the UK, because there is no uncut version. You can't get it. It just does not exist. They filmed the footage. It was removed pretty much after that first airing, that premiere in the UK, and it's never been reinstated, to my knowledge. That, by the way, is the one with the great Ken Faree, from Dawn of the Dead. I've mentioned him a few times. He was in From Beyond as well. He's in the Rob Zombie's Halloween remake as well. He gets killed while sitting on a toilet in a gas station's shithouse, Not the way for a guy like him to go. And he's a survivalist in it. This will all be listed in here, of course, and but it's not. It promises so much and delivers so little, So, folks, this is me in Kentucky. Gonna sort of sign out now. You're probably watching me turning slightly pinker and more lobsterish as this video goes on, because that sun is fucking great. Do you remember the guy in the first Texas Chainsaw sitting outside the dilapidated gas station, and they're going on about sunspots and sun flares and all that, and he's just like, he's sitting there, he's leaning, sorry mate, he's on like a chair, he leans out, and he's just like looking up at the sun, and he's hanging off this chair at an almost ridiculous, almost superhuman angle, and because they're all real local yokels. And let's be honest, if you found out they were all depraved, inbred, cannibalistic, redneck motherfuckers, would you be surprised? That's a sweeping generalisation there, I know, but says the guy with the hair like a fucking yeti. But it's true, goddammit. I've got a lot of friends in Texas, but they're in the cities. And no one, well, I don't think any of them live out in the sticks. Maybe there is, I don't know. But these people who talk to me on Facebook and Messenger quite a bit, and they're great. They sound wonderful. And they've been, because they've been going on about this. And I said it was something like the worst advert for Texas tourism. And they said, well, actually, it's not. It's actually one of the best out there because they got people coming out there all the time to try and find the old filming locations, you know. But would you go out there with all the bugs and the ticks and all that, you know, out in the heat, out on those dried up, you know, ponds and lakes and water holes, you know, with that strange, you know, colonial style fucking ranch house in the distance, and that strange motorised chainsaw revving noise? Maybe they, let's knock on the door. Let's see if they've got some nice food for us tonight. You know? No, I love it. Folks, we're in danger of rambling on into inanity. No, didn't we start off rambling in inanity? We did, didn't we? Anyway, folks, in the meantime and in between time, you guys take it easy, be happy, be healthy, stay safe, stay indoors, wash your hands. I'm about to down this and then take Roxy the Wonder Dog out for their walk, which means I'll end up pouring some of the remnants of my bottle into my hip flask. Yeah, Kilt-Man goes out supplied, stocked up, you know, because you never know, I could get caught out there for a while. Anyway, you guys, drink up now. I'll be back very shortly with some other craziness. And as you see, no postman turned up. Looking great. You know. Steve, mate, I don't know where the hell that is. It'll arrive. Don't you worry, mate. It'll arrive. And by the way, I don't know what that is. It's another mystery gift of it. But Ricky, cheers, mate. Ricky Murray, awesome stuff, dude. Thank you so much. I will treasure this, and I can't wait to actually dive into it now and discover that, oh god, there is a full uncut version of Leatherface Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 3. You can order it here. Alright, folks. Keep it kilted, keep it Celtic, and I'm going to see you all. We're going to see you all. I always try and think of something to say at the end of this. And in the first few videos, I always had something like I could just throw it out there, something completely weird and random. And now I just end up going like, I hate that bit. I get to there and go, shit, I haven't thought of nothing to say. So I'll just say, ta-ta for now.